Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
3 people are in stable conditions in hospital tonight following a single vehicle crash on the east coast this afternoon. It happened on the Tasman Highway 1 kilometre south of Mariposa Beach. 2 people in their 50s were airlifted to the Royal Hobart Hospital, with a third transported by road. Tasmania's health system will receive a much-needed cash boost from a federal primary health fund agreed upon at yesterday's National Cabinet. The state will receive nearly $8 million to be used for developing and piloting innovative models and care pathways. The Premier, Jeremy Rockliff, says it's a major win, with Tasmania to receive a higher than per capita portion of the $100 million fund. And from humble beginnings, one of Tasmania's most iconic tourist attractions has reached its 5-decade milestone. Celebrations were in full force at the Salamanca Market as long-term stallholders reminisced on the journey from then to now.
A Saturday ritual seeing a historic Hobart strip come alive.
50 years is a really significant milestone. To think that this market has been running for such a long time and means so much to so many people.
Packed with people and lined with sellers, today was particularly special for the Salamanca Market. 50 years of operation celebrated in style.
Some 50 years ago, my mum lined up at Town Hall overnight and was one of the first to receive that licence to trade.
Newcomers relishing in the benefits of exposure for their business.
Social media following, sales and online orders and referral.
Snapshots of the past on display, with those who were there from the very beginning looking back on their fond memories.
My family have been here for 45 years, so just a few years after it started. And the funny thing is they actually did similar food to what I'm doing now.
From its inception, the market has been a popular place for visitors, now growing to claim the title of Tasmania's most visited tourist attraction.
And it's an opportunity for those buying the products to hear the stories behind them, hear from the people that made them.
A wonderful journey that hasn't been without the recent hardship of COVID restrictions.
We're used to trading in rain, hail or snow, sunshine, everything, but to not be able to trade for that period of time was very challenging.
It's lovely to be back after such a big break with COVID.
What the next 50 years has in store, only time will tell. Grace Evans, 7 Tasmania News.
A $10 million project for a new ambulance station in Glenorchy is making moves. A request for tender has now been released, with plans to transform paramedic services in the area. Modern, fit-for-purpose facilities, including contemporary administration, operations and staff amenities, are all part of the major upgrade. Construction is due to begin mid-next year, with plans to house and deploy up to 18 vehicles in the first 5 years of operation. Tasmanians are being warned to stay alert while enjoying the state's beaches this summer, as sightings of blue-bottled jellyfish continue to rise. Locals are encouraged to make themselves aware of the species to ensure they can undertake the correct first aid procedures if they are stung. If painful stinging symptoms persist, they are urged to seek further medical attention. Family and friends have gathered in Launceston to celebrate a special soldier marking a century of life. Tasmanian War veteran Jack Hall has taken a trip down memory lane to mark the occasion.
A devoted veteran and a humble centenarian, Richard Hall, commonly known as Jack, has plenty of tales to tell, today celebrating 100 wonderful years.
It's a very rare occasion for someone to make that long, so yeah, it's a very special occasion for Jack.
How amazing. For many months I've heard I'm not going to make it, and I said, Jack, you are going to make it to 100. And here we are today.
The war hero is marking the major milestone, surrounded by family and friends.
Oh, he's just a character, always has been. Yeah, loves playing practical jokes and dressing up at functions and just telling yarns.
He's a very friendly, kind-hearted person. A hard worker.
I personally honour him for all that he's done for us as a country and all that he's gone through.
Valiantly serving in World War II.
I was 19 when I joined the army, and I served up in the Dutch East Indies. I got the Dutch Cross up there, that one there. There's only about 2 inches out of there. I was the fastest runner away from beat the shells, see.
Very proud. He always says to you, "Have you seen my Dutch Cross?" "Yes, Uncle Jack, I'll just show you again."
He served mainly in the Pacific, Labuan Island there, Borneo. He still gets quite emotional even talking about it even today, because he said he's lost a lot of good buddies over there.
Despite the hardships faced, Jack's cheeky sense of humour continues to shine through.
There's engagement rings, wedding rings, and the rest of your life sufferings.
Celebrating a life long lived, Jack has received a number of lovely letters from the Prime Minister, Governor-General and the Premier.
But there's only one he's waiting on, and that's King Charles. But they told me it's in the post, it's on its way.
Cheers to 100 years. McKenna Bailey, 7 Tasmania News.
WBBL Hurricanes batter Mignon du Preez is retiring from international T20 cricket. The 33-year-old South African is the country's current leading run scorer. She has played for the Canes since 2021 and scored close to 800 runs for the team. Pre-season is well underway for our elite boys and girls AFL football teams at Campbelltown. The Tasmanian Devils under-18 and under-16s played full practice matches today. The games are a chance for coaches to assess players ahead of the next season. This year was a successful one for our elite boys, just missing out on the NAB League Grand Final, losing their prelim by just 1 point. They also had 5 players selected in the Allies representative team. And the Derwent was a sea of colour today, with SB20 yachts heading out for the Australian Championships. The class's best sailors descending on the state in a field branded as good as the Olympic circuit.
Supreme sailors are doing battle on the Derwent, hoping to become the Australian SB20 champions. The event returning to Tasmania for the 7th time in 10 years. Last year's champions Mind Games will attempt to defend their title. They'll face a stiff challenge.
The only other time that I've had an event where everyone's at such a high level is on the Olympic circuit.
Current world youth champion Will Sargent is among the favourites after winning 2 years ago.
We feel like we're up with a chance of winning the event, but I think there's probably half a dozen other boats that also feel the same way.
The boats are very easy to sail, but hard to sail well. So they challenge you when you're a novice, and they keep challenging you when you're very good.
It's learning, you know. Yeah, every time you have a bad race or you pull off a bad manoeuvre, you know, you learn how to do it better the next time.
With most of the class's elite boats based in Tasmania, the state has a stronghold.
Unfortunately, when the Worlds were in Hobart, we were too successful and got too many boats down here.
The first race of 10 coming down to the line, Will Sargent winning in a rough and tumble finish. The on-water action continues until Monday, with ample opportunity to catch it from the shore or from the Derwent itself. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. 18 across Hobart, Burnie and Devonport. Today, 20 in Launceston. 22 was the state's top at Ouse, Strawn and Smithton 19 and 15 in Lyweenie. On the close-up shows a mixture of low and high-level cloud over Tasmania. Further out, thunderstorms are seen over Queensland, extending from northern WA down to South Australia. Tomorrow shows an area of low pressure moving over Tasmania. Northeasterly winds tomorrow 15 to 25 knots, swells up to 1.5 metres in the west and south and below 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for the far northwest coast. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart 22, showers increasing across Richmond and Ouse. In the north, Launceston, showers developing, 19 in Devonport, Deloraine 18. Burnie tomorrow 17, showers across Strawn and Curry. St Helens and Swansea, showers developing, and 21 in Whitemark. The UV forecast is very high 9s across the state. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now: Monday, showers contracting to the west and south. Tuesday, showers about the west and far south extending throughout the morning. And Wednesday, showers with possible hail about the southern and central areas. Capital cities 28 and sunny in Perth tomorrow. Adelaide a shower or 2 and Darwin mostly sunny. And currently Hobart partly cloudy and 16, Launceston 18 and Devonport partly cloudy and 16. That's all in weather, Lou.
And that's all your news for this Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.